Hello everyone, welcome to Curiosity of a Turnabout Blind Playthrough Part 3. A thought occurred to me while I was thinking about this case. If this guy's spell displaces a spell from somewhere else onto him, then what we saw, the murder, could have been somebody else's spell. If he was like standing right next to him and somebody, say, cast a spell that makes bladed objects come out of something, I don't know, it could have had a nasty effect like that. So that means it could have been an accident, because the object someone cast a spell on could have been anywhere. Or it could have been murder, someone plotting to use this guy. But let's talk to this guy, this Karen Cat guy, first. Looks like there's not much to examine here. No clues here, it even says. Okay. Tell us about yourself. Seriously, man? Ugh. What kind of question is that? I'm telling you to cut to the chase, and it's part of standard procedure. Starting to blatantly make stuff up. But don't worry, such is also part of the path of the lawyer. Really, and your stupid regulations. First time I've seen someone fall asleep while being angry. Just ask your questions, man. I did, but, for example, your name. Oh, my name. Of course. Always about the name, so it's a little weird. So what? Well, I'll tell you something. From my perspective, it's you peeps that have the weird names. What if I'm the only normal guy here? Chew on that one. No, I'm pretty sure you already admitted your name was strange a second ago. Seriously, what's with peeps? You got a funny name or spell, and bam, everyone's avoiding you. Well, I'm fed up with it. You hear me? This can't be rigged. It's all some conspiracy. But what can you do? Move to some other place? It'd be nice if that's possible. Tell that guardian guy to protect me from the real problems. Not sure I'm following anymore. So, you live here? Live? Oh, nice word. Yeah, this is where I exist. Barely scraping as a delivery man. Delivery man? Like a postman? Nah, man, not letters. They have postmen for that, please. But you could hardly mean you make a living from carrying stuff around on your own. Who would even need that? Yeah, peeps aren't as strong as they look. Or can you carry a piano to the other end of town? You can't. A whole piano? You better believe it. I can do all the heavy lifting. Can't expect much of a better job around here. They treat us like the scum of the city. Ugh. Good thing none of them got the arms to carry a ton, so they need me. No, I'm pretty sure a ton's just impossible. Who am I to question the expert? Well, I got the picture. Let's ask him about something more substantial. This guy's making me tired. Alright. I'm gonna stop yawning because it just makes me yawn. What's your spell? I don't like your personal questions. Well, a crime happened. That's just it. You witness a crime committed by some rich kid and then they come bothering you all day. Is that fair? The rich kid doesn't have it much better right now. I'm under no obligation to tell you that, right? Even police didn't ask. Certainly enough. People have the right to keep their spells private unless they're extremely relevant. How to approach this? You can keep it secret, but it might end up causing you more harm than good. Is that a threat? Just saying how it is. You peeps and your insistence. Fine. You know what? I'll tell you. Screw it. My spell is called Unlimited Pardon. If I hold a glass of water, I can make the water freeze eventually. There, now you know. Oh, not the most useful thing, but hey, what can you do? I don't buy a word of it. To be fair, weak, oddly specific spells like this do exist, but we talk about something else now? Ugh. Sure. I should probably get to the point before he decides this isn't worth the time he's actually awake. What did you witness last night? Ugh, here we go again. You can keep it short. Fine. So I saw those two people, yeah? That guardian dog and his kid. They went through the gate. I followed them. Why did you follow them? Why not? To know my rights, yeah? Ugh. Always thought these guardian peeps were kind of fishy, you know? Lately there have been rumors about them. Rumors? Rumors that they're secretly disposing of problems if you catch my drift. I do, more or less. First time I've heard anything like it, though. Definitely wasn't mentioned in the papers. Thought to myself, that guardian guy's up to no good. So I figured I should expose them right there. So you secretly followed them on that vague suspicion? Both of you. Yeah, but somebody had to do it, man. Pretty sure they didn't see me. Kept a good distance. Headed for the ruins, seemed to be looking for something. Then, they go around a corner and I follow after a couple seconds. And suddenly got a mighty bad feeling. A bad feeling? Don't know, I kind of felt something terrible was going to be around that corner. Okay, and what did you see? Kept following and some large space was ahead of me. What do you know? Kid slaughtered the other guy in cold blood. Please be specific here. Did you see the actual murder? Look, man, who else could have been out there? I saw the kid standing over the mess, holding that bloody weapon or whatever it was. He was completely soaked in blood. It was sort of unsettling, like the kid's been possessed or something. That's certainly something. Maybe it teleported onto him or something? Oh, that's something. He didn't even see the actual murder. There's been tougher cases, and the lawyers always pulled through. You can explain how this doesn't make him look suspicious, by all means. Easy, the witness is lying. What did you say? She's one to jump to stupid conclusions, don't mind her. Anyway, that is quite the story. The thought of it is rather unsettling. A brutal way of killing. It's almost like another Jack has shown up. Did you just mention that Jack? Sure you've heard of him. Terrible stuff. I've had it. I'm sick of hearing that name. Jack here, Jack there. Can you people stop comparing everything to him? Huh? Gonna be in court tomorrow, aren't you? Ask your questions then. I've had enough for the day. Actually closed the door on me. Curious. Criminal trying to flee from the truth. The only crime here is the stubbornness with which you stick to that story. It's gonna be so lame if it actually turns out to be him. Oh yeah? Well, look what I found near the door while you were busy chatting. Enough said. I think he's in shock at how easily I solved the case. What even is that? A really thin piece of rope? Hashtag decisive. Always with small things. No, this isn't worth my attention. Look at it! It wants to be noticed by you. No matter how I look at it, this is just a random piece of junk you picked up. It's always a totally unimportant detail. Well, I'm not filling up my court record with random trash from the street. It's near the witness's house. Believe in the heart of the trash. How much are you willing to bet this is going to be useless? 30 bucks. Didn't see this one coming, I bet. That's some moderate confidence. 100. What? That's child abuse. You're old enough. I'm handing you way too much allowance anyway. Erin was faced with a great dilemma. Should she accept this challenge in the name of the truth and risk debt slavery? You make it sound so serious. It's a couple months. You won't starve. 50. Think you can make demands? I'm not going to do this for pocket change. 70, please. I'll wash the dishes and do the laundry. You are making a tempting offer. You have a deal. Well, it's going to be fine. This piece of evidence will be useful, and then he will have to pay up. Sounds amazing, Ray. Looking forward to it. I'll admit, I'm a little worried. A little worried she is somehow actually right about this. Can you imagine? Okay. This is probably at the window. Or it's a red herring. Traces long and thin slit across it. One end has something white on it, possibly some sort of paint. Is there white paint on this? Okay, whatever. It's probably just a red herring. We'll think about it later. Can't make him see it through a closed door. Alright. Now, let's see. Well, now we have, at least something to show him. Okay, we're gonna do the weird lock thing. Get him to admit something happened. Let's talk about the murder. How often do I have to say it? I know nothing. Master Ronus didn't even tell me his plan for that night. Afraid that won't fly. There is someone who clearly saw you leaving town together with the victim that night.
Take that!
Baron Cat saw you leave together with the victim. In fact, he followed you and witnessed you near the scene of the crime. He's lying. He's making it up. Of course you'd trust him over me. The only one trying to play with people's trust here is you. What? This piece of evidence confirms his story that you two left town together. Yeah, here we go. The gate records.
Take that!
I believe this is what they call a decisive case. A decisive witness, decisive evidence. Evidence? These records kept by the gatekeepers confirm beyond a doubt that you left town. Surely you're not going to say they faked the records, too. That expression, it definitely felt like one of the locks just broke. They must have been mistaken. The gatekeepers make no mistakes. You can't rule out they've been tricked somehow. That witness doesn't even know me. How can he be sure it was me? Desperate. Looks like I need to pile up some more evidence. What were you supposedly doing that night, then? I stayed at our home, of course. Master Ronus never takes me with him on outside missions in the first place. I'm not good enough yet. I'm just an apprentice. I beg to differ. Titus Ronus had every intention of take you with him last night. Wait, how do we know that again? God, I'm forgetting stuff already. Like, if I do this again, do we have to go through all the locks again?
Take that! Take that!
I mean, didn't the cop guy tell us that Titus Ronus really respected the kid? I mean, what are we even supposed to present to him?
Take that!
I mean, I'm sure this is going to do nothing. We didn't get any evidence in the court record about the victim's intention. I mean, okay. Okay, I really don't get it, because you're going to allow me to present any of these profiles.
Take that! Take that!
I mean, Did we get a letter from this guy or something? Saying that he respected his apprentice? Basically, this kid was always telling. This kid was like, I think this kid was telling us like Titus was saying his spell was really good, but he thought it wasn't.
Take that!
This is gonna be nothing. You just stop already? No, I'll get to the bottom of this. You'll tell me the truth. I just need the right piece of evidence. Alright, fine, I'll just try everything. I'm sure we don't actually have it.
Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that!
I guess this job really is about presenting random stuff to people.
Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that!
Okay, as I suspected, we don't actually have a piece of evidence that suggests he had a reason to take him there. But where will we get it? Not from our study, surely. Police headquarters. Oh, you're asking about the victim again? Where can I find out more about it? You're asking a tough question. The man liked to keep to himself. Always on the job, a little like you. He lived right down the street, not far from the palace, of course. Oh, we can go to his house. Probably. That should help us learn about his intentions. Right, suppose he always had to be ready as a GF. His house is right down the street. Maybe I should go take a look. Alright. I guess we just had to ask him. This game is difficult to figure out sometimes. Go to his house. April 23rd, 11:40 a.m., Guardians District, in front of Titus Ronus' house. This must be the victim's house. He must have been pretty wealthy. GF members get free lodging provided around here. So their pay is probably pretty good, too. You considering to become one? Me? Who do you take me for? I'm above that level. Your future is looking dark. What's our secret plan here? We break into the house. Wait, seriously? I mean... No, I didn't think we'd actually do that. You You were the one that kept telling me to take this extremely seriously. If the truth is to come out, we need to know what the victim's been up to. The police's case is extremely strong. Well, that's probably also their weakness. They're so confident in it, they might not even bother to look here. Well, it's true that the detective didn't mind sharing everything. It will most likely be pointless in the end, but... But what, really? Why am I starting to be so invested in this? Thrill of a new experiment, or do I actually believe that... At any rate, I've made up my mind. Got any ideas? Assistant? Look into the doormat? Classic. Nope, no key. Looks like we're not dealing with an idiot here. Brute force? Do I look like I'm in shape to break down this door? Most doors go down in 2 or 3 hits. It's easy. If that were true, there would be little point to them. Even if this was true for doors inside a house, this is a front door. High-quality, intrusion-proof barrier. A door among doors. No way! Its power level is that high? I never realized. Figured that'd get you on the same wavelength. I'm getting better at this. Then let me analyze the foe in more detail. I'd rather not go for the windows. Apart from the fact that breaking glass is dangerous, it'll also make a lot of noise and leave traces. Do you have a paper clip? There was one that was holding together some papers on my court record. Perfect. We can proceed with the master plan then. Supposed to open the door for us? Oh, that's right. You can just, look up how to lockpick stuff. Let me just quickly check lockpicking 101. Yes, yeah. Okay, so you need to put this into the keyhole. There's no way it's going to be that simple. It's fine. Just leave the details to me. I've already figured out exactly how this door works. Really? How would you do that just by looking at it? Behold, the all-embracing grimoire. With your spell, it's a door, not a document. It seems our companion cannot even look beyond the surface. Don't be so hard on him, Ray. Not everyone has such skills of perception. You can act like that after your plan worked out. True, a door is a door. How much you observed well. But doors are manufactured somewhere. And things that are manufactured have a blueprint. Ah, not bad. Well, I doubt you need much of a blueprint for a door. You do, to make sure it has the right dimensions, the hinges function properly, and, of course, to have a proper lock. Unless you know who made the door, that won't help you. And that's why you should have taken a close look. It clearly says DD right here under the handle. Huh, it's kind of faint. I wouldn't have known those were D's. Ah, but it has to. For you see, DD is an abbreviation for certain brand of doors. You learn something new every minute in this job. I've looked it up. It stands for decent doors. Sure sounds like they were confident in the quality. So May gave me the idea to look for decent doors blueprint. After a couple tries, I got it right. I'm impressed, I'll admit. Your spell has more uses than I would have ever thought of. In fact, you evidently keep using it to look up nonsense, left a wrong impression. As it happens, decent doors are all very similar. You put in a key, which moves 5 pins in the right position by either pushing or pulling. Take a good look at this. Hack open the lock. This is what you'd see. So those are the 5 pins. This is where the key goes in, by the way. But wait, are you telling me that all of their doors have the pins in the same spot? Totally. Wouldn't that mean that a key for this would work on every other of their doors too? I think they add some other obstacles to ensure only the right key fits. But since you're going to use this, those are irrelevant. I'll take your word for it. These pins can only be in 5 different positions. In order for the door to open, we'll have to make them each be on position 3. Just like the 3rd pin here, the one in the middle. One of them is already in the right spot? Yes. Starting to see why they qualified these as only decent. But wait, some of them are too high. How would a key pull them down to the right spot? They used a little trick. Yeah, they made their keys magnetic. I see. This is starting to sound fascinating. But I don't have any magnets with me. In fact, I'm not sure I have the skills to move them correctly at all. Couldn't you use elementary combination? Just combine parts of the paperclip with a pen. That should make it simple, even with your clumsy fingers. Not that I ever approve of easy mode. I suppose that could work. Combining objects can have unexpected results, but in this case, since it's only parts of 2 objects that are closest together, they will probably just merge for the duration. Just be careful. push the pins too far up or down, they will bounce back. Like, if you push a pin in the highest position 1 even higher, it'll drop back to position 2 instead. It's important to not mess up or you'll lose track of where the pins are. We obviously can't look into the lock, so we don't know how close we are. Call it a blind challenge run. Dangerous. We might only get one chance. A careful, systematic approach is key. Who crazy? Is there gonna be a mini-game here? Guess we want to be stuck here trying for hours, I guess. Only you could save. This would be a great place to do so. Sure, man. Okay, did you get all that? Okay, I guess I'll have to write down the frickin'... Write it down, so... First one is 2 up. Then... 1 down. Neutral. Then 1 up. 2 down. No problem, this doesn't seem too complicated. Good, just insert the paperclip on the left and adjust each pin. Clock ticking start. Not so loud, it will attract attention. You need to make all the pins line up with pin 3, the one in the middle position. Here goes nothing, we'll start with the first pin. Still locked, you better not lose track. Alright, screw this. I'm trying again with the save. I didn't realize it was gonna... Alright, fine. Let's do this. Down, down, up, down, up, up. Oh, come on. How does that not work? Oh, that's strange. Positive I moved the pins according to your instructions. You must have messed up somewhere. I'm honestly not sure where. Oh, we may have a problem. Problem? Well, this happens to the best of us. It's kind of their fault, really. Where did you mess up? Maybe it wasn't DD after all. I mean, look at those Ds. They're kind of rusty. I think they might have actually been Gs. And GG happens to be a totally different door brand, Good Gates. And their pin arrangement is totally different, too. What a twist! Great. But this time we're sure. 100% certainty. Red truth. Promise. Except for the fact I've already moved the pins around. Well, you can deduce the pin's actual position right now, I'm sure. Okay, so this was the decent doors arrangement. And this is the Great Gates arrangement. Suppose I might still get this to work. I have to figure out where I moved the pins from following your faulty instructions before. I can get them all to actually line up in the middle this time. You can do it. Fight on! Here we go again, hopefully for real this time. Wait, okay, so she said it bounces. So, back up twice. bounces, then I should probably pull it down. It would have gone up and bounced. And then down, down. The last one would have been pushed down again. Or the next one would push down again, so I push it up twice. And then the next one would be pushed down twice, so I push it up. Still locked. I better not lose track. Okay. Fine. Okay, so let's not assume that they bounce this time. Okay, so I moved it down twice, I'm going to move it up twice. Now I moved it down once, so I gotta move it down again. Oh, I moved it up once, so I gotta move it down 3 times. Now I gotta move it down twice. Moved it down once, so I gotta move it up twice. Moved it up twice, so I gotta move it down once. Okay, what if it was bouncing and I just messed up the first time? Okay, what if I save? I'm gonna need to save right here. This is really annoying. Red truth. Okay, move it down twice. Now I gotta move it up twice. Moved it up once, it bounced, so now I gotta move it down. Didn't move it, so I move it down twice. Moved it down once, so I gotta move it up twice. Moved it up twice, so now I gotta move it down once. Did it! That was silly. It opened. Nice, my instructions are amazing! If we ignore the fact that you're completely wrong the first time. Details, schmeetails. I guess it worked out in the end. Finally get inside. Just know that your crime will catch up with you. We're not gonna steal anything. Except the truth. Sure, that's a decent cause. 23rd, 11:40 a.m., Titus Ronas house, living room. Houses around here are quite formidable. Well, that much was to be expected. Don't even think about taking anything that isn't evidence. I'm not that kind of girl. Whose idea was it to break in again? Whose idea was it to break in again? Let's look around. There should be some sort of clue about what the victim was up to around here. Though if the worst comes to worst, there's still a door to the right. I wonder what's behind it. Let's present random stuff. No. I love it. Okay, let's just look at the room. Nothing here. Bed. What are we gonna do on the bed, Linus? I was just looking at it. Pretty luxurious. Sleeping safe and soundly. Typical Central District. Alright, we can look at the plant. Oh, there's nothing. Okay. What about the window? Nice view. These windows have been closed from the inside. No signs of tampering. This isn't the crime scene. But what if it is the true crime scene? You always have to be ready for these twists, amateur. And moving on. Look at this. Looks like the victim sat on this table quite recently. There's an open wine bottle and a half-empty glass. It's half full. Stop being so pessimistic. No, it would be half full if it had been filled up to this point. But there are clear traces it's been drunk from. Therefore, it was emptied and is now half empty. No, that's way too logical of an approach. Now all people that drink will be pessimists. Look what you've done. No. While my assertion was logical, yours is barely any... Hey, stop drinking. I said no stealing, remember? You're underage. Don't worry, it's just grape juice. It's clearly wine. Check the bottle. Huh, it actually is grape juice. Curious. That rules it out as being related to that wine at the crime scene, I guess. I guess wine is just grape juice. Just, fermented. Now I just need to fill the glass up again. Then it'll be half full. Wow, you really did the world a favor, Ray. Go optimism. Nice excuse, you probably just wanted a drink. What's this, though? Some kind of note is lying on the table. Curious, let's see what it says. It probably says, hey, Mr. Nils Gickham, I want to take you to the town. The Outcast. I've heard that before. The rumor was briefly brought up earlier. It almost seems to suggest the victim has been investigating it. One of the names is circled with visits written next to it. Alia Porter. Of all the names that show up highlighted there. What's that again? You know who this is? Sadly. He's pretty much the worst person I've ever met. Oh, is that like the CEO person? No, that's Luminite. Amazing, Ray. He doesn't think you're the worst person. Okay, maybe you're both the worst people. It's unfortunate, but we might have to pay her a visit now. We just have to hope she's actually home. She can be hard to get a hold of. Okay, so it doesn't actually say what I thought it was going to say. Alright, what about the statue? Statue. Pretty good craftsmanship. Pretty good. The fool can't even appreciate the cultural value of this ancient masterpiece. You don't really know either, do you? Of course I do. Some goddess. Wait, her name was... No looking it up, cheater. Alright. Wait, wasn't there supposed to be a door? Oh, library, right. Never seen so many books in one place. Must have been the victim's library. Ooh! So much material! So many stories! I need to remember the titles and read all of it! Ha ha ha, that wav! And off she goes. For someone with a spell like hers, this must be quite the gold mine. Let's hope these books have some kind of educational value, at least. See what kind of books he kept here. Huh, seems to mostly be fiction. Circle of Friends, a story about a group of friends having fun in space. Guardian of Solitude, looks like this one's about a girl isolating herself violently. Deception Disable, a man backstabbing everyone because why not? Looks like a rather wide assortment of odd stories. Mostly fiction. No clues here. About this. A book was left lying on the floor. Reason dictates that it wouldn't be lying around here if it hadn't been abandoned in a hurry. Well, what exactly has been read here? Legend of the Vampire. Something like, again. Might have to take a look, I guess. Long time ago, human civilization was prospering. Most of the planet had been colonized, and science was rapidly advancing. However, whether it was God's warning or an act of the devil, things were not to continue this way. And the ones to bring an end to that era, that was them, the unknown ones, the dreaded ones. Who are they? Where did they come from? The answer to this question has been obvious all along. The vampire. A being that surpassed the boundaries of mortals. Seeing humanity about to depart from their home, the vampire emerged and decided it was time for a reminder. What could human knowledge, the knowledge of centuries, do against the knowledge of millennia? The vampire predicts, they manipulate, they work around their weaknesses, and play to their strengths. For there is a price that came with their immortality. While they can retain a human form and hide among humans, they cannot bear daylight, and religious symbols harm them. They have to regularly drink human blood. This is why we can expect them to be closer than we think. Ruling this town from the shadows, keeping us perched up with their minions outside, feasting on our blood and continuing their immortal reign. When a human is bitten by their fangs, they turn into one of their minions too. They lure humans out of town to... Okay, that's enough. I'm sure the book is going to delve into all the stories and myths, but no time for that. Vampire? As if. How unscientific. Still, it looks like someone was buying into this. Was it the victim? Wait, there's a bookmark on the page I just read, but it also seems to be a note. I am going to make an exception today, as I think you are ready now. Meet me at the gate at sunset. Curious, I wonder who that note was meant for. Obviously, Nils Gickham. It's written by Titus Runnis for Nils Gickham. So you were still close by. How did you figure that out? There's no such thing as a secret to me. It's probably the name of the document. I just looked up all the related names in any constellation until I got a matching result. Your spell, huh? If I remember correctly, untitled documents will be given names depending on their purpose. So any letter will be titled letter from X to Y. It might be numbered if there's multiple, but I can just try all the numbers. It's surprisingly effective to just guess until you get it, huh? Naturally. Educated guesses are superior to deductions. Less info required, less hassle. Invest now. I would not invest in a person that is just guessing around. Bound to go wrong at some point. Anyway, this note pretty much proves the victim did take the defendant with him. Which is nothing new, but I'll take the confirmation. I guess we just gotta show it to Nils to get him to, tell us stuff. Alright. That's probably all we needed to see here. Wait. Okay. Then we need to figure out who this Talia Porter lady is. April 23rd, 12 a.m., Talia Porter's house, main room. Getting into this house proved way less problematic than the other one. Of course. Do you think I have anything to hide? Yes. Well, aren't we a ray of sunshine? A secret makes a woman a woman. Wait, who is this lady? Talia Porter. Some call her the escape artist. She always manages to escape after causing trouble. Aren't you the one to word it nicely? Well, your sarcasm has always been your best quality. First time I've heard of it. That'd be because you hardly ever listen. We both know you're not here for just a friendly visit, either. You? That simplifies things. Of course. Such a thing would be so out of character for you. Wouldn't really be much point to it with you being gone 99% of the time, would there? Is she his wife or something? It's the thought that counts. Really, Linus? You never even checking up on your friends? How cold. Already teaming up on me. Should kind of seen this coming. Well, what could the great scientist want from me, then? At least you're still letting me get to that. I'm cruel, not heartless. You are very much heartless. On second thought, why not have a friendly chat first? You know, the things that good friends do. Friends? I don't think he knows, then. That's what I get for toying with fire. Your daughter is pretty lovely. You should have introduced us sooner. No, bringing these two together is probably my greatest mistake of the day. Who's here? Let's get it out of the way and hear how amazing you are. Making it pretty easy. Maybe you're a decent friend after all. Friends, not seeing any here. More involuntary partners are best. What an unusually forward way to put it. Partners? Why wasn't I informed about this? I meant we've been working together on a project. Project? What do you mean? One of your experiments? I said it's a secret project. But you're taking it a little far now. Secrets? Tell me! Spoilers, please! I don't think I should unless you have an hour. It's a long story. Oh, I really wanted to hear it. Well, I guess I'll go a little over how we got acquainted. It all comes down to a spell, of course. Quick return, or how to always be punctual. I can teleport things to another location. Wow, that sounds super convenient. There's a small catch. I have to touch a place to mark it as the destination. And I can only have one place marked at a time, so I can't just teleport things anywhere. Finally, I need to actually be near whatever I want to teleport. Aside from that, there's no limit. Real proud of it as usual. Well, I can hardly deny it's proven awfully useful. But it's also the reason she can always escape trouble in any instant. And it's probably contributed to her attitude. Yes, my attitude. I'm not referring to the others in third person while they're present. Well, you're the one running around with a book pretending to be well-read. Hey, nothing against the Book of Classy Comebacks. It's always making everyone's day brighter. Oh, what's the title? I need to know. See, your daughter can appreciate good literature when she sees it. She's not my daughter. I'll tell you the title later. It'll be our little secret. Still doing everything in roundabout ways, I see. Yes, I know how to have fun. Speaking of which, I think you've had enough fun with my transceiver for now. Transceiver? That thing I gave you a while back. Don't even pretend you don't know what it is. Transceiver? You have one? Yeah, that was one of the projects you were supposed to help me with. I was trying to reproduce that cell phone technology. It was the prototype. It'd be quite an upgrade in convenience from stationary phones. I gave one to Miss Porter to test the range. After all, she can leave Safe Haven and get away quite a far bit, without worry. If things go poorly, it'd just have been a matter of teleporting back for her. Oh yes, that was inconsiderate of you. What if I'd stepped in a stinger, We've been over this. You could just teleport the poison away. But that's in the past. You never actually bothered going out that far. Apparently, you found it funnier to make prank calls in the middle of the night. Well, I definitely got those. Now please just hand back the transceiver. I must have misplaced it. Don't know where I left it. Haven't seen it in weeks. She just wants to provoke me more. I literally got one of her calls 3 days ago. Fine, forget it. Just make sure you don't screw up our other project. Wow, you've been working on quite a few things with her. It's mostly because her spell opens up some possibilities for experimentation. I even figured out a way to get around her limitation, sort of. You can use my spell to combine her destination mark with a different location. And it caused objects to actually be transported to the new location instead until I released it. That was quite eye-opening, I'll admit. Like sometimes we just need to stop and think about our potential. There could be whole new worlds if we all got together and did it right. But hey, I guess your other experiments are more important, I get the feeling you're trying to subtly tell me something. Oh, do you? Nah, it must be your imagination. Well, you could just tell me in more direct words what you want. I can explain it to you, but I can't comprehend it for you. Understood. The ways of the porter won't change. It's more accurate to say that the porter doesn't need a way. Though, you're acting a little strange today, aren't you? Like, what happened to the usual, melodramatic eloquence? Either you're trying to leave a good impression on Ray, or something happened. I have no idea what you're talking about. You do, you're just being the usual problem in that room. Being unpredictable is important, remember that. It's kind of my job to figure out how to make things predictable, so no wonder we're always getting along so flawlessly. Could her unusual behavior have something to do with the murder? Maybe she knows something. I should just steer the topic into the direction I need. Have you heard of the murder yet? It's a rumor, right? I'm afraid someone's actually died. Oh, poor thing. Take it that means you haven't witnessed anything that could be related to that. You're interested in murders, wow. I knew you had some strange fetishes, but I thought they were limited to your projects. I'm investigating a direct request by the Great Guardian here. Oh lovely, you're dining with the big shots now. You should let me teleport into the palace the next time you visit. I'd rather not be convicted for high treason, thanks. I was just going to say hi, what's the big deal? Anyway, do you know something about the murder or not? Well, I hardly could have witnessed anything, right? It happened outside of town, after all. I'm sure if you check with the guards there, you'll find that I haven't left in a while. Even then, you might have used your spell, no? Don't be silly, that's not how it works. Have to mark the place outside for that in advance, remember? True, I suppose. And even if I did mark a place, there wouldn't have been any way for me to get back inside. There's only ever one destination. Fair enough. Don't tell me that's why you came here. Suspecting me of having something to do with the murder just because you don't like me. I'm tempted to go with that, but no, I actually came here to ask about something else. Time to find out what the victim's note meant. This guy wanted to ask her about the outcast. Have you ever heard of the outcast? What a weird thing to bring up. Well, since you asked, I do in fact. Not know anything at all beyond the basics. Can you tell us the basics anyway? I'm surprised you came to me with this. Let's just say the victim left a note mentioning your name specifically. My, am I in trouble? How inconsiderate to leave behind my name like that. Why would I know anything about the outcast? Isn't that just some legend? A young woman that was cast out of town, you continued living out there. Her hatred building over time at the unreasonable townspeople. So what if I have no spell? Does that make me that different? Does that make me inhuman? The guardian wouldn't listen. It's too much of a risk, he uttered. She might turn into one of them. Maybe she already is, disguised as human. So the guardian forced discreetly abandoned her in the nearby ruins. Let me back in, I beg you. What did I do? What did I do? The gatekeeper wouldn't listen. Only normal humans with spells may go in and out of towns. The girl kept coming back, repeating the same sentence. What did I do? What did I do? Till eventually she was never heard from again. But the people remembered her. Remember how she showed up each day. They felt guilt deep down. That woman must have hated them, they thought. These feelings kept the rumors alive. To this day they persist, rumors of a woman that still lives out there somewhere. Well, how was that for a story session? Did that really happen? Who knows? I wasn't alive back then. Ask Guardy if you get the chance. There is no substantiated basis for any of this. Congratulations, you understand what a rumor is. Though to be fair, there was kind of something that would suggest an outsider to exist. Could that unknown corpse we saw have been this outcast? No, there should be obvious problems with that. That's really all you know about this? How often do I need to say it? It just seems strange that Mr. Ronos would have been so convinced you know something. There must have been a good reason for it, therefore you're hiding something. I'd agree with your reasoning, but then we'd both be wrong. No matter what you thought, it must have been based on a silly vague hunch. Fair enough, you've been known to cause random trouble. Who could resist teleporting a cup of coffee away right as someone is about to drink it? Do not remind me of that. Doesn't look like we'll get any useful out of her. Ah! Doesn't look like I'll get anything useful out of her about this either. Why does this entire visit suddenly feel like a waste of time? I should have expected this. I really should have. Alright. Your name is mentioned in this note I found. Know anything about this? Nope. Really? Really? Okay. You actually believe me? You, Linus the Skeptic? Don't get your hopes up. I just realized this battle will be futile. Alright, let's see if we can really study. Oh, that's our study, right? Alright, let's run this. Right. Okay, let's see if we have enough stuff to throw at him now. Blah, 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 blah. Baron.
Take that! Take that!
No, he said, you're ready now, meet me at the gate.
Take that!
Found a certain note in the book. In a book. Been to our house? Don't mind the details. I have very reliable sources that confirm this note was meant for you, written by the victim. He didn't think you were useless. He trusted you enough to take you with him. And by denying it, you're breaking his trust. Master Ronus! Almost there. Fine, I'll talk. Huh? But you're right. He definitely trusted me. Odd, I guess I must have been mistaken about the amount of Cyclops. Alright, let's go over this one more time then. Okay, hold on. I missed a line there. I'll have to go back and look at it later. Oh well. Let's ask him what happened that night. I'll ask once more, what happened that night? Right, there's no point in running from it. Me and Master Ronus left town together. He didn't tell me the full details, but... So is he gonna claim, like I thought, that this was a result of someone else casting a spell at something, and it being redirected onto him? He didn't tell me the full details, but... It was to head to the West Ruins and find the Outcast's hideout. The Outcast? Oh, that makes it a lot more... If that's the Outcast's hideout, then this probably is the Outcast. He was convinced there was really still a person out there. Apparently he knew they had some kind of fortified base in that part of the ruins. We traveled there, just as you said. We looked around a bit, and at some point, Master Ronus started feeling nervous. He told me to wait while he took a look around the corner ahead. So I waited for a bit. But then, I heard a scream. A scream? Curious. I rushed around the corner to see if he was alright, and... Oh, okay, I'm betting whoever did it killed the Outcast and then killed What's-His-Face because he was a witness. Well, he was there, on the larger space ahead. He turned around and looked at me angry. Why hadn't I waited, he asked. That's strange. Anybody would see what's wrong if someone suddenly screamed. He told me to go back and wait, so I did. But after a while, I just couldn't take it anymore and took a look. And then... What happened then? Master Ronus was... He was dead. There was blood everywhere. There was a weird weapon on the ground, some kind of blade. I might have picked it up for a bit. Sure. After that, I ran home. I just hope it's all a bad dream. I see. That's all I know. He didn't I didn't see who did it. There's something I'd like to share here. Okay, so it probably wasn't his spell, because he would have said so if it was. So that means someone else killed him, and then he picked up the weapon, like an idiot, and got seen by a witness. He was holding the bag. That's his claim. A long time ago, when I was still getting used to my spell, I was in a somewhat situation similar to the one you're in right now. Two people that were very important to me died. I was young, I tried to deny it was my fault. And guess what? I succeeded. Nobody blamed me. It was ruled as an accident with unknown cause. However, it was the worst mistake I've ever made. It would have been better if they'd found out right there. Even if nobody else realized it, I still couldn't hide the truth from myself. Hide from the truth myself. I swore to never use my spell again. For more than 20 years I stuck to this oath. Only recently did I go back on my word when I realized it could be used to save lives. What I'm trying to say here is, you can't hide from the truth. It'll follow you as long as it takes. 10 years, 20 years, 100? Don't let it limit your potential. Even mistakes or failures can lead to new possibilities if you just acknowledge them. So you still think I'll defend you in court tomorrow. I'll do the best job I can. Think about what's the best thing you can do right now and in the future. Me, Ray, now this child. All of us seem to have lost someone important at a young age. Now we've come together here. Fate can be interesting sometimes. Still, these two are in denial, just as I was back then. I'll have to help them face reality. Well, Ray at least. As for this child, I'm only responsible to make an adequate case in court for him. Everything else is up to you. I'll think about it. See you tomorrow. Looks like that's the story he's sticking with for now. We'll have to look around for clues in other places. Alright, I'm going to call it a day for today. And we can then investigate this some more. Figure out what really happened. Getting a pile-up of even more profiles and evidence, some of which is probably completely useless. And we can sort through it all. See you next time.